Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing fine. So today we are going to discuss a new poem and the name of the poem is The Ant and the Cricket. Actually this poem The Ant and the Cricket is a fable but written in the form of a poem by the Greek writer Aesop. So what is fable here? A fable is a short story in which animals behave like humans and convey a message. So a fable is nothing but a moral story but here the poet written in the form of a poem. Here, this poem, The Ant and the Cricket, is a story of two insects, that is, and the cricket and the ant. So, what is cricket? Here, the cricket is a kind of insect like grasshopper. You can see here. So, in this poem, the poet explained about these two insects, that is, the cricket and the ant. Here, the cricket is a very foolish and irresponsible character, and it does not care about the future and keep enjoying the summer season rather than collecting the food or making shelter for itself. On the other hand, the ant is very wise. Yeah, we already learned about the ant last year literature class. I hope you all remember that the lesson Tiny Teacher. So instead of wasting the time, the ant always gathering the food for itself and making the shelter. So these are the points we are going to discuss detail in this poem. So now let us move on to the poem lines. Listen carefully. A chilly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny month of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. So in this first line, the accustomed to means used to. So in the second line, the gay means happy or pleasant. So in the first stanza, the poet says that there was a young chilly cricket. Here the chilly means fool or irresponsible. He used to spend all his time in singing during the warm summer and spring month. So not realizing that these months were also meant for the work. Because in the winter season it will be too much of cold. The insect they can't go outside to search food. So all the animals and insect what they will do? They will store the food during the summer and spring month. But this cricket no, he spent all the time simply singing during the happy month. Now his cupboard were entirely empty. Like that the poet explained in the first stanza. Now we'll move on to the second stanza. Listen carefully. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me. So in the second stanza, the poet says that the cricket realized that the ground was covered with the snow because it was the winter season and there was not even a crumb to be found. Here the crumb means not a small piece of bread to eat. So there is no flowers or leaves on the tree because all the trees were covered with the snow. So there was nothing to eat within the house or outside because the chilly cricket did not store any food, simply enjoy himself during the summer season, right? Now he became helpless, not knowing what to eat and how to survive. So he said, what will become of me? Like that the poet explained in the second stanza. Now we'll move on to the third stanza. Listen carefully. At last by starvation and famine made bold, all tripping with weight, all trembling with cold. Away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant. So here starvation means hunger, famine means lack of food. So in the third line, miserly means the person who hesitate to give money or anything. So in the third stanza, the poet says that the cricket was starving due to famine, that is, feeling very much hungry due to lack of food. But there is no resources there for him to save himself during the cold month of winter because he did not store any food. So the winter month make his life more difficult. He also had no shelter. Therefore, the cricket decided to meet miserly ant, hoping that the ant may help him. Like that, the poet explained in the third stanza. So in the third stanza, the cricket decided to seek help from the ant. Now we'll move on to the fourth stanza. Listen carefully. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow. He would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So in the fourth stanza, the cricket approaches the ant to seek his help for shelter. Then the cricket said that the rain made it difficult for him to protect himself from the wet surrounding because if rain comes, all the surrounding it will be wet. So again he asked, he also needs some grain or food to protect himself from the hunger. So he informed the ant that whatever help he would take, he would repay it soon. Otherwise, his end had come, he would die of starvation. Okay, now we'll move on to the fifth stanza. Listen. Says the ant to cricket, I'm your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow and we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay anything by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. So in the fifth stanza, the ant feels sorry for the cricket. Then the ant told the cricket that the ants never borrow or lend. That is the reason the ant was self-sufficient and need not to go for baking. Then again, the ant asked the cricket if he did not put aside anything in the storage for winter, then there is nothing much to be found. For that, the cricket answer is negative. So the ant was quite surprised and shocked. Like that, the poet explained in the fifth stanza. Now we'll move on to the next stanza. Listen carefully. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. So here the gay meaning is pleasantly or happily. So in these lines, the cricket tells the ant that he was so happy during the happy month of summer that he was singing day and night, and he was so happy and the nature looked so pleasantly in that he forgot all about the winter and the difficult times like that. While hearing this from the cricket, the ant got very much irritated because they are the hard workers. But this cricket simply wasted all the time by singing during the happy month. Now it's struggling. So the ant said that now you should spend the winter not only singing by dancing too. There is no need to worry like that. So finally the ant asked the cricket to leave the place. So from this we can understand that those who do not wish to help themselves cannot be saved by others, right? So now we'll move on to the last four lines. Listen carefully. Thus ending, the Astley lifted the cricket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable. I will warrant it true. Some cricket have 4 legs and some have 2. Here the poet compared the 2 legs cricket with the human beings. Finally end the poem with the moral that some humans are like cricket who save nothing for the bad weather, and later they will suffer. Therefore they are saying the tale is not a fable but the truth. Like this the poem ends. So what did you understand from this poem? What is the moral of this poem? If we did not work hard today, we can't have a happy life tomorrow, right? So now if you study well, get a good mark, later you will become a doctor, engineer, teacher. But now if you waste your time, later you will struggle like a cricket. So all should be like an ant, not a cricket. So don't waste your time, children. Make use of it in a proper way. I hope you all understood the poem. Thank you.